Hello there, welcome everybody. It's Diorama Don here once more, and we've got a bit of a morbid subject here. It's something that happens in war. You can't escape the idea that people die, and this is just a reflection of something that you would see certainly a lot of shallow graves built temporarily, and then they would be exhumed later to put in a proper war cemetery. So here we are. It's just an idea. You might want to take it a little further, but anyway, let's get into the video and I will show you how I went about making it. So, 2 pieces of polystyrene stuck together, 3/4 of an inch thick, so 1.5 inches thick with 2 pieces. Then I've marked out 3 graves that are complete and 3 graves that are that have just been dug. So that's the premise of the story. The idea is for the Sherman tank to be in the background there, just passing slowly by, mourning the dead colleagues. So for the graves themselves, obviously if there are 2 pieces of 3/4 polystyrene, then I cut the right size out there, and then stuck the 2 pieces together. So we've got the graves already cut before we put the 2 pieces together. The size, obviously, well, if you've got any of your small 1/35 scale models, you'll know that they would be 2 inches by about 1 inch. So that will be the size of the grave. So, sorry to be talking in such mournful terms, but that's what war was. It was a lot of dead people. So, put a cardboard frame all the way around as well, just slightly proud of the surface, so that when we put our well, I'm going to use wall filler there. I remembered straight away my wall filler, with a little water with it, but then try to add colours to it that will denote earth, the ground, terrain. So I don't know how I'm going to do that, but it will. I'll just have to add whatever coloured paint, dark coloured paints I've got, to give an earth looking colour. Okay, so we have 3 graves that have been done. So another piece of 3/4 polystyrene, and shape that piece into a mound like that. That's a case of, where are we? I've marked it out. Going down. Just giving it one of them, without cutting my finger off. Something like that. Doesn't need to be that accurate. And it only takes a moment or two to sculpt the shape of a mound, or whatever you want. So something like that, and then with a sharp barbecue stick, that's all I use, is just rough the surface up like so, and that will give the impression of a mound of earth when it's all covered with them. Some of you may use Mod Podge, whatever the hell that is, but I just use wall filler. It seems to do just the same job, and I'm quite sure a lot cheaper. So although it's a bit messy, I know, but that will give you a mound. Where's the other one? A mound of earth there. I've got that one to do yet. So we'll have 3 mounds. We need 3 more mounds. Again, 2 pieces of polystyrene stuck together. Hot melt glue does stick polystyrene. Just put it on one surface and wiggle it about a bit, and then it will stick. So shape it then into a pile of earth like that. Easily done. Just cut that into a pyramid and do the same thing again with sandpaper and a sharp stick. That's all. So we need 3 mounds of earth along there like that, and then inside we will need can't get them 3 coffins. So I've cut 6 pieces of card, 2 inches by just under 1 inch, and then marked out the shape of a coffin lid, if you like, there, so that it looks like that. And we need 2 for each coffin, one at the top, one at the bottom, and then just put that all around the edge. Pretty self-explanatory. So 3 coffins like that, one at a jaunty angle, maybe 2 inside the graves. The depth of a grave is 6 feet or 1.8 meters, but I don't think they dug graves as deep as that on the battlefield. I think the idea was to bury the soldiers in a shallow grave, and then re-intern them later and bury them then in a proper military cemetery. So they would only have been just a only a few inches under the surface of the earth. Okay, so that's basically all that I'm going to do. So I'm only using polystyrene, nothing else. I haven't even put a cardboard top onto this. I shall put my Mod Podge or my wall filler straight onto polystyrene. So I'll finish off my piles of earth and my other mound of earth and my 3 coffins, and we'll see what it looks like then. Okay, so I went ahead and finished it off. The idea of using wall filler, it didn't work out that well, so I reverted to my old grey grout. That seems to be the be-all and end-all of everything that I use. But it gives a good-looking ground cover. You can tease it up to make it look like a muddy field. Anyway, I finished off my holes and mounds and piles, and just sprinkled a little broken brick over the top, just to show a few stones in the soil, and laid my 3 poor men to rest. Although that one hasn't quite finished yet. He needs to be laid. A little bit of grass, and obviously the easiest thing to do is the crosses. Lollipop stick cut up and then made into a cross. So it's just an idea, that's all. If you wanted to show off your military vehicle in a slightly different way, I noticed from some of the YouTube videos of model shows around Europe, there was 1 or 2 that the subject was the Holocaust, and there's some very harrowing looking dioramas of Holocaust subject. So I'm not the only one with a warped sense of humour. So anyway, it's just an idea. There we go. I'll just set it up there. Like I say, we're all quite happy to make model vehicles, tanks and what have you. And you have to forget that the reason they're made is to kill people. So this just reflects that. Okay, so if you have enjoyed this morbid video, please subscribe to the channel. You will be informed when new videos come along. In the meantime, I'll see you again. If you do have a go yourself, and it's probably unlikely, then let me know how you get on. In the meantime, I wish you the very best of modelling.